Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chelsea Simmons.
At least dry overnight.
Most of us will be. I mean,
And
we had
the weekend.
can't promise that. Some folks will be dry through the weekend, but others could see a few thunderstorms.
I just need it dry enough to get my lawn mowed.
Just keep up with the app. Watch the radar. You
I
can
will
kind of go outside and mow in between maybe showers and thunderstorms.
Well, someone will mow. It will not be me, but yes, we'll
But
watch the radar.
If you are heading out, we will continue to see scattered rain through the weekend. So if you are needing to get any kind of yard work done or wanting to be outside for Father's Day on Sunday, we do have some rain. We'll break that down on Storm Tracker here in just a moment. But luckily tonight, we're back to mostly dry conditions. A couple showers still possible back out through Alabama, but overall things looking fairly quiet as we are wrapping up your work week. Now outside, still some soggy roads. West Point, their 45 alternate 50 intersection, definitely could tell that rain pushed through on these MDOT traffic cameras. Up through Tupelo, not quite as much rain earlier today. We're continuing to see traffic flowing pretty smoothly for the few folks that are still out and about there close to the downtown area. 45. Temperatures, we're in the middle to upper 70s. That's what it feels like, but it is still very muggy out there. That humidity is going to be sticking around as we're heading into the next several days. Not cooling down much through the overnight, maybe dropping into the low mid 70s out there, but looking at that muggy meter, we are consistently staying for most of us in the very humid to almost oppressive type heat and humidity. So next work week, if you're working outside, stay cool, stay hydrated. Looking on Storm Tracker, it still has a lot of that rainfall pushing back out towards Alabama, similar to what's happening right now. Could see a couple sprinkles through the overnight, but not a lot of rain for most of us. By early Saturday morning, it looks like we could see a few showers, maybe a brief isolated thunderstorm push through. That's around 7, 8 a.m. We will continue to see that rainfall through our southern counties. So from Kilmichael, Louisville down towards Macon, a lot of that heavier rainfall, and if it trails through some of those same locations, that's where we see that risk of flooding potential. Now for places, if you're closer towards that Tennessee state line, may actually just see a little bit of sunshine. Few showers become a bit more scattered through the afternoon, evening, but overall Saturday, that primary threat is going to be that heavy, potentially flooding rain through our southern counties. Sunday morning, we are waking up, drier conditions, maybe not needing the umbrella so much if you're heading out early, going to church, but by the afternoon on your Sunday, you might need the rain gear. We'll start to see a few showers, thunderstorms return to the area mid to late afternoon. Those will start to move in from our south. A lot of these summertime thunderstorms have a lot of lightning, thunder, so if you are outside trying to stay cool, maybe relaxing in the pool, if you hear that thunder, you see the lightning, head inside and just make sure you are staying safe. Now, again, with that heavier rainfall, that does lead to the potential for some flash flooding. Level 2 risk through our far southern counties, level 1 for the rest of us, and that's for your Saturday. Sunday, back out to our northwest, we could see some of those stronger to severe storms late into your Sunday afternoon, evening. Some of those could push in, but for most of our area, we're not looking at any severe weather risk there. Sunday is also Father's Day, so if you are heading out, temperatures for the afternoon climbing into those upper 80s. A few folks maybe even low 90s. And again, with that mugginess, it is feeling like we are well into the 90s.